So I'm back, right? We had a little malfunction there, and so I'm gonna get to it about my takeaway. It's a sad day, of course. There I was sitting on my phone, talking to one of my good friends, and we planning out of, you know, book number 4 next year. Uh, events, school events, studying, investments, life, stuff like that, right? And I would say one of the things that, so I get a text message that says, of course, oh, Kobe Bryant passed away. And I'm like, whatever. I ain't thinking none of it. I see another text come through. And I'm like, whatever. I see like a third text come through. I'm like, while I'm on the phone, I tell the guy, he's like, what are you talking about, man? We Google on the phone, we see like, man, this guy really passed away. And it made me realize sometimes in life, we get so caught up in life that we forget about life, right? You get so caught up with, TV, radio, events, what's going on, Max B? Pretty crazy that you get caught up with life. So, with all the money, all of the fame, all of the accolades, what's more important is the people that surround you. For a prime example, one of my close friends that called me, I woke up, I missed his call. Right, I didn't call him back right away. I'm like, hey, I got a meeting, to talk with my buddy about. So we're talking with, it just strictly the whole conversation is straight business, right? Hey, Prince, you got to do this, Prince, you got to do that. And, we're editing, we're writing, we're talking about past events, present events, current events, deals that we worked behind the scenes, deals that went well, that didn't go well. And when I'm talking to him, when I saw that, I was like, man, I'm on the phone with you. And not once did I ask you, how was your day going? Not once did I ask you about, he's a professor at a school. I asked you about your job as being a professor. And my buddy that I didn't answer the phone for, what if he would have hit a tree and died? That's one of my best friends. What if he had hit a tree and died and I never had the opportunity to call him again? Right? And it really made me sit back and look at things of, I don't, I've had the chance to see Kobe Bryant play back in 2010, and I had to chance to see him play. And I had one of his teammates, Meta World Peace, has been on the show. A clip I may upload of him. I don't know. I'll see. Talking about playing with Kobe, but in the reason with the thing that I took away from Kobe was, first of all, you just never know when your time is going to be. Having your finances in order, having your will written, right? You're 40 years old. You're thinking like, Kobe Bryant dying. How you gonna die? I mean, we know freak accidents happen, and I've done some of the craziest stuff in the world. Some of the craziest stuff in the world. I lived on submarines. I've been on helicopters. I've been on planes. I've been on, I don't know, busy LA, New York. Anything can happen, right? So you just never know. Having your policies into play, having your wills written, and to just think about, man, don't get so busy in life that you forget about life. Don't be so busy with all the money, with all of the fame, with all of the, you mean to be just up and die? What? When I saw that kind of put a lot of things in perspective, because, I automatically assume I'm going to live to see 40. I just assume that I'm going to see 40. And, here on this channel, here what we talk about investing all the time. We speak about, investing for your future, investing for this or whatnot. And I look back at something, it's a lot of things that I missed out on and that I passed up on because of, schedule, money, business, trying to accomplish this and that. So on your path, I would say my biggest takeaway was never lose sight of what really matters, right? Think about, I remember when my mom passed away. She passed away in 2013, right? That's 7 years ago, coming up on 7 years ago. And when she died, I want to say a week after she died, I was there with my dad, and all her prized possessions became junk. The things that she would have killed us to touch became junk. Like her shoes, her purses, her clothes, her jewelry, her hats, her this, all this stuff that she had that she would have killed us if she saw it touching. It was now complete junk. We had nothing to do with it. We were practically like, we felt bad because we were just pretty much practically almost just throwing it away. The only thing that had value was pictures. The only thing that had value. I mean, of course, you could go out there and have a yard sale, but no. I mean, the only thing that had value to us or me was pictures, right? And so that goes back to say, looking at those family vacations, the time, and I thought about it like, man, if I was to drop dead today, who would really, really care, right? And me and my buddy had a conversation about this, and the people that'll be mostly affected is my wife and son. So the thing about it is, don't forget to create memories. And it's something that my good friend taught me a long time ago. And I learned at Berkshire. When I was going to Berkshire, I think it was my second year at Berkshire at the time, I met this guy. He told me, he was like, Prince, you're working hard. You're doing things, you're doing this, doing that. That's cool. But don't forget about your family. Don't forget about your wife. Don't forget about your son, your dad, right? Those are the people that's going to be the most important. Those are the most important things in your life that sometimes we just overlook. We forget about it. We just like, man, you worried about this, you worried about investing, you were till you get to a point where you can't even pick up the phone and call your brother or your friend because they're busy trying to figure out to do this and you're busy doing this and you got this coming up and you got this coming up. And just think about all your schedule will get wiped clean. When you die, especially in a tragic death like that, your schedule is clean now, right? If I was to die today right here on this live, um, I have I want to say it's probably maybe about 6 to 10 events that I'm places that I'm scheduled to be at, right? That I know of that's on my calendar. I'm supposed to be at a school, a couple schools. I'm supposed to be on this show over here, projects I got to get done, all this crap, that's on my schedule. And just to think about, and I'm so focused on that schedule, making sure I meet all my deadlines, making sure I do this, research for you guys and girls, whatnot. And you can forget about what's really important. You forget about, and I mean, and I feel, and today's been a bad day, and I'm gonna call myself out. I'm being 100% honest. I'm on the phone with my friend, and there's some things I can't speak about, right? Uh, Things that happen behind the scenes and work or whatnot. Some good, some bad, but you will eventually find out. But we're talking about that over the phone. It's all kind of business related. We're like, hey, Prince, we think about this. I think I should do this. And, think about doing it. And, my wife is at work. Wesley is always, he's like, Dad, you want to box? Dad, you want to, let's play hide and go seek. And I'm like, man, what is wrong with you? No, go, did you do your chores or whatnot, right? I just pretty much just hush him away because I'm focused on like, getting these things done, making sure I don't miss this, trying to get better, learning about investments. And we was going over the financial calculator, learning the financial Hey, we're computing. Hey, if you invested this much and got this return for this many years, how much would that be? And does you enter this negative? We learn how to do this manually on the calculator, right? In the course that I'm in. And we're going back and forth, and he's teaching me stuff, and we're talking about this and business and whatnot. And that whole time, you know, once I saw that, once I saw, about Kobe Bryant, somebody who's practically on top of the world, he got the money, he got the fame, he got the family, he got the whatever, he got the youthness. I mean, what else could you want out of life when you are Kobe Bryant? And it's to say you just get wiped away. Just not only you get wiped away, your daughter gets wiped away, right? You and your daughter gets wiped away out of the blue. What does that look like? You know what I mean? I mean, just to think, I'm pretty sure he had a busy schedule. He had a schedule to talk to this person. I'm pretty sure he got a schedule. He had plans. He had things he's supposed to be doing. And to just hop on a helicopter thinking, hey, let me just jump over here real quick and I'll be back and never come home. I want y'all to think about that. If you went to work, if you went to school, work, or whatever you do in your life, and then never come back home, tomorrow's not promised. So on this path of, finances and investing and things like that, I always tell people, man, never forget about who are important to you. Because if I was to drop dead today, the most prized possession I would have will probably be pictures and video. Pictures and video. People would probably go back and play through videos and post up pictures and tell you how they learned this from you and stuff like that. I mean, nobody's going to sit there and say, oh, ooh, thanks for all this money. So I don't know, man. That's put a lot in perspective. A lot of things I put in perspective by seeing that. Just like, wow, you just up on a Sunday morning, just, how many times I hopped on and off a plane, didn't even think about it. I mean, think about it in your life. How many times you got up and went to work, don't even think about it, just jump on a plane, hey, you know what, I'm going to New York City to go do this. You just boom, jump on a plane, hop over there, hop back off the plane, go over here. Hey, I'm supposed to be over here, get in the car, drive. Don't even think about death. Even though it's all coming to us, we don't know when, right? I mean, that's crazy. It made me put a lot of things in perspective of what's really important. What's really important. With all the money, all the fame, all of the accolades, reaching the pinnacle of your profession, and it's just taken away from you. The people that's going to be affected to the most are the kids and the wife. My wife and son, your wife and son, your nieces, your nephew. So on this path, it just was a big reminder, Prince, don't forget about what's important and who is important. Here I just made a post the other day about hitting 20,000 or 28,000 subscribers here on YouTube, 9 million minutes of watch time and over 3 million views. And, that's true. And you know what? LHJ19 said the ultimate luxury in life is time. And that's so true because that's something that I heard Warren Buffett say. Him and Bill Gates were sitting by each other. And Buffett pulled out his calendar and nothing was on his calendar. And Bill Gates is like, man, his daughter died with him, and Bill Gates told Warren, man, why don't you have anything on your calendar? And Warren was like, you know what? I can buy anything in this world, but the one thing I can't buy is time. So I'm very valuable and I'm very selective of where I put my time. And that is crazy. That's, and it makes you think, And somebody put in here, CNN reporting the crash was caused by a dramatic downblast of windfall from how, oh my God, this fool, I'm not even going to repeat that. But yeah, it's crazy to see that happen. It's crazy to see, however it happened, maybe it could have been the helicopter malfunction. It could have been the pilot made a mistake. It could have been, atmospheric pressure, whatever, who knows? But just to think, I don't know how many times I've, been on a submarine in the middle of the ocean, one malfunction or the crew makes it and you're gone. An airplane, ships, submarines. I've been to Iraq. I've been to Afghanistan. I've been to, I haven't been to Afghanistan. I've been to Iraq. I've been to all over the world. I own a bunch of dangerous things that, And I always kind of put peace with myself and say, hey, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go. If it's meant for me to go this way, it's meant for me to go. I'm pretty sure that whatever my number is, whether it is 75, 65, 55, 45, or 35, you know, I don't know what it is. Wish I did. But just think about, if you knew when you was going to die, what would you do differently? If you knew, if whatever you believe in, God, atheist or whatnot, you know, and you knew, if God told you you had 15 years to live, your number was 50. You're going to die at the age of 50. What would you do different? Ask yourself that. And that's why people look at me and they say, Prince, why don't you speak? You're a black man. Why don't you speak about race, politics, not politics, but why don't you do this with your topic? And I look at it and I say, well, I'm 35 years old. I don't know how much longer I got left. Man, I need a haircut bad. I don't know how much longer I got left. I may go to 45. I may go to 55. I may go to 65 or 75. I feel as though I may got another good 30 to 45 good years of life left. And I'm not about to waste them trying to change someone's perception, change someone's mind. Maybe it's ignorant for me to say this, but I don't feel like I got the power to. My goal is to learn this system the best I can, help out as many people as possible, and make it the best I can for the people around me and get on. That's it. That's it. If I got 30 years, I'm not going to sit here and waste them arguing with somebody over nothing that's not going to better us. So that's my outlook. And just think about it. If you knew your number, what would you do different? If you knew, if I was 35 years old, if I'm 35 years old now, and if I knew I was going to die at 41, what would I do different? I would be more critical of where I put my time. I would put more time with family. It would change it would change everything. And the sad part is we all know this is coming. We all know for sure it's coming. And like I said, and I called my buddy back, my friend, I told him, I said, man, I saw I missed your phone call. And I didn't call you back because I had to call somebody else, or I wanted to call somebody else to discuss business. I'm like, oh, that's my friend. I talk to him later. Now, what if he would have hit a tree and died? How I would have felt, right? And then I would have been like, man, I missed this phone call because I was so concerned with XYZ. Think about all the stuff we take for granted. I get up every day and go to work, think nothing of it. Wesley goes to school. I don't think nothing of it. My wife goes to work. We think nothing of it. We just like, oh, she's going to work. She'll be back. I'll be back. What if you never came back? Crazy day. Put a lot in perspective. So, I had close friends tell me that stuff. We had conversations about it. But, man, this hit home. It's like, man, you got to be careful. You never know when your day is. Don't take your child getting up, going to school and work. We see crazy stuff happen all the time, but don't take nothing for granted. Also, get your finances in order. Get a will. Get a will. Make sure you got insurance. That's crazy. And just to wake up and say, if his wife, just to wake up and one of your kids are gone and your husband, or let's say one of his sisters. My dad is gone. I just woke up and my dad is gone and my sister's gone out of the blue. That is crazy. So, that's life. And it just shows you, even with all the money, power, fame, you just never know. So my message to everybody and my takeaway is to never, on your path of, I know we talk about investing all the time. We talk about money all the time. We talk about all this stuff. Never forget what's really important. That was my biggest takeaway. Never forget what's important. We feel like we ain't got time for nobody. You can't pick up the phone and call your brother, right? My brother called me, man, I'm busy. Hey, man, I'm different. Hey, I'll call you back later. I got to do this. I got schoolwork. I got business. I got this. I got that. I got this contract. I got this negotiation. And when you're dead and gone, people are only going to remember how you treated them. So, you know, so somebody wrote here, you're absolutely right. Working for change is very different than arguing for change. Very good perspective. Exactly. You're right. I work for change. I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like I'm powerful enough to change somebody's, you know, oh, this person, he doesn't like this. Man, I don't got time to sit and argue with you to try to get you to like me, right? You don't like me because I got dark skin and nappy hair, whatnot. That's your problem. I'm going on to someone else. You know what I mean? And, I'm going on to somebody else. I'm going to go accomplish something else. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. But I can get up every day, think about that's what makes it important for what you guys and girls write all the time. You know, I can't even, forgive me, but I can't think of his name off the top of my head if I thought about it. When I went to New York City, the guy that shows up and says, Prince, he, he said, I said, man, Warren Buffett, man, that's my favorite investor. That's my idol, my icon, whatever, right? And I asked him, I said, hey, Prince, I said, so who's your favorite investor? Is it Warren Buffett? Is it Ray Dalio? Is it George Soros? So, the list just goes on, right? Maybe it's one of the sharks or whatnot. He says, Prince, is you. Man, I almost brought a tear to my eye. And I told my cousin, I was like, yeah, did you hear what he said? And he told us like, man, you're my favorite investor. I'm like, why, man? What? Dude, ain't nobody who's like, man, you're the one that got me into investing. I never thought about this, was interested into it. And, man, and that's why I like going out. And I was at Barnes and Noble. I was doing a book signing at Barnes and Noble. And somebody comes and does that. And it's like, it kind of recalibrated me. He's like, man, I never would have got into investing. And I get those emails all the time. I get them all the time. And I don't take them for granted. Prince, I learned this from you. I made money from you. You got me into the world of investing. You made me think about things different. And, sometimes when I'm just looking at messages, like right now, it says 18 people are watching live. People are giving you thumbs up. 28,000 subscribers, 20 something, 100,000, whatever these numbers are, right? I do sometimes don't realize the impact. I forget that those are, is better than, whatever the case may be. Somebody commented and said, MJ is better than Jordan, right? But that's to each his own. But, so make an impact. Think about the people, you touch, and you just never know when your time could be. And it's crazy. Like if Michael Jordan would have died, it wouldn't have been this bad because people are like, oh, he's older. People kind of expect that. But Kobe, 40 years old, 41 years old. I grew up watching this guy. I don't know how many arguments I heard people had about this person. And just to wake up one day and just boom. And I will say this, when my mom passed away in 2013, it was a happy, sad moment because her last 3 years on earth wasn't the best years because of her health. So I didn't want to see her in the condition she was in. So I was kind of relieved or happy to say that, man, she ain't got to go through that pain no more. But then I was sad at the same time because she was gone, her life was gone. But it's just crazy, just enjoy your time. We all got to get out of here some way. It could be tragic. And I just saw that perspective, and I was talking to my wife about it and my buddies about it. And I thought I want to go live and talk about it because, some of you guys and girls can take that away. It's been plenty of times my wife and son just got up and flew to Georgia and came back and went to the store, and I don't think nothing of it. I could imagine they just left the house and never came back. Exactly. That this guy, somebody just commented. This could be your last stream for all we know. Some freaking accident could happen to any of us. Any of us. So laugh a little bit longer, hug a little bit tighter, and be a little bit more, and help somebody else a little bit more, I would say, if you can. If you are in a position to help, please do not go out there and hand all your money to somebody that's homeless. And I heard an important saying that somebody said, you're constantly giving bricks. Bricks is to build a house. And you got to first build your own house, secure yourself, then you can help other people. Some people, they get bricks and they just start handing them off, handing them off, handing them off. And then one day when they lose everything, they will say, man, they look up in the sky and say, man, why was I ever given anything? Well, I gave you everything you needed to build your own house, but you gave it all away. So it's a thin line between giving everything away, right? Uh, versus like I wish I could just give people a whole bunch of stuff, but I can't. I only could do a little bit, right? And that's why I never, I won't say I never, but well, it was pretty much I never. Every autograph I can sign, every picture I can take, I do it because I never know who that little kid will become. Think about all those little kids that got Kobe Bryant autographs. Think about all those little selfies that he took that he didn't want to take, right? So, you know, think about all those little, you know, Max B said Boeing will be down tomorrow. So that's why. And we got trolls coming in. I don't know, maybe Kobe Bryant haters or whatnot. But anyway, that's my takeaway from it. You know, we all gonna die one day. We all will be hurt, or whatever the case may be. And we just gotta live at it. Yeah, definitely. Eye opening. Yeah, Proud African American said eye opening. Indeed. So, and hopefully you live in your life. So, living your life, don't forget about who's important, what's important. Try to make an impact on who you can, help out who you can. Don't forget about your kids, your wife, your husband, your sons, your daughters, your dad, because you just never know who or what could cause you to be done. You never know. This could be my last stream. It really could be. I could be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hop on here tomorrow and never make another video. That's true. Max B said prayers to his family and everyone stay safe. Yeah, everybody stay safe. I'm about to get out of here now, but I just wanted to come by and like I saw it. I just want to share that with y'all while you are up in your room, in your basement, working on whatever greatness that you're going to become. Don't forget about who's important. Don't forget about who's going to show up to your funeral. Because who knows? This could be my last video, right? Hopefully, God, it ain't. But it could be. This could be the last time you comment. It could be the last time you watch YouTube. You just never know. So don't forget about it. And write those wills. Make sure you got insurance. But anyway, peace, man. Y'all be safe. Sad day indeed.